Hi, grade 9s. Today we're going to have an intro on our lesson of Canadian rights and freedoms. We're going to be looking at learning outcome 9.1.6, where we assess critically the impact of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms on the legislative process in Canada. So we are going to begin today's lesson with an anticipatory activity. I'm going to give you a list of statements, and I want you to think of whether you believe these statements are true or false. Number 1. You can move to any province or territory in Canada in search of a new life. Number 2. It is possible that you will not be hired for a job because of your religion or background. Number 3. You have the right to join a rally and protest for the things you believe in. Number 4. You have the right to say anything you want to whoever you want. And number 5. If you are 16 or older and a Canadian citizen, you can vote in government elections. We are going to come back to this activity at the end of the lesson. For now, I'm going to give you all a graphic organizer that you can use for reference as we do this lesson. This organizer has listed all of the Canadian Charter's rights and freedoms for its citizens. As you follow along with the lesson, you can fill in the missing spaces. So under the Canadian Charter, which was established in 1982, all legal Canadian citizens have a set of rights and freedoms they are guaranteed. We're going to start by looking at the rights. First of all Canadian citizens have democratic rights. Under this right, it is stated that all Canadians 18 years of age and over have the right to vote in any election or run in any election they choose. Second, mobility rights. Every citizen has the right to enter, remain in, or leave the country. They also have the right to choose to work or live anywhere they want in Canada. Number 3, legal rights, the right to life, liberty, and safety. Legal rights guarantee that Canadians, when arrested, must be told of their right to see a lawyer, be tried within a reasonable amount of time, and be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Number 4, equality rights. Equality rights ensure there is no discrimination of people based on race, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, sex, age, or mental or physical ability. Number 5, language rights. Language rights ensure that French and English have equality of status and equal rights and privileges to be used in all institutions of Parliament and Government of Canada. As well, French and English minorities in every province have the right to be educated in their own language. Lastly, we have Aboriginal and treaty rights, which recognize and affirm the Aboriginal and treaty rights of Aboriginal peoples in Canada. We are now going to be looking at Canadian freedoms. First, we have freedom of religion. All citizens have the right to practice and worship whichever religion they choose or not worship at all. Second, Canadians have the freedom to think, believe, express, and say whatever they want. This freedom also includes the freedom of press and other media to communicate something as long as it is true. Third, we have the freedom of peaceful assembly. This means that Canadians can meet and gather in groups as long as it is done in a peaceful way. Lastly, we have the freedom of association. Canadians have the right to associate with anyone they choose. So now we are going to come back to the anticipatory activity we had at the beginning of our lesson. So statement 1, you can move to any province or territory in Canada in search of a new life. This statement is true. Regarding mobility rights, all citizens are allowed to move wherever they want within Canada. Statement 2, it is possible that you will not be hired for a job because of your religion or background. This is false. All citizens should be treated equally regardless of their religion under their equality rights. Statement 3, you have the right to join a rally and protest for the things you believe in. This is true. Under freedom of peaceful assembly, citizens can protest as long as they remain nonviolent. Statement 4, you have the right to say anything you want to whoever you want. This is true. All Canadian citizens have the freedom of thought, expression, and speech. Statement 5, if you are 16 or older and a Canadian citizen, you can vote in government elections. This statement is false. You must be 18 or older and a Canadian citizen to vote in government elections. So that is all for today. Next time, we will take a closer look at these rights and freedoms as we begin to analyze them and apply them to everyday scenarios in life.